ask me who I am, I'll say the baddest. I'm too much to handle, that's been established.
Hello everyone, it's Tara Love and welcome back to my channel and my podcast, Too Much to Handle. And I'm here with Pat, but you know him as PatLacedThat. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little more about you.
How y'all doing? My name is Pat. I go by PatLacedThat, like she said. I'm a songwriter, producer, engineer. Recently signed to QC. That's pretty much it for the most part.
Yes, that's great. So first things first, let me explain how my podcast works. I have different segments, and each episode I have 2 games, one in the beginning and one in the end. The first game is specialized, so it's basically always changing and evolving. But the second game is a reoccurring game that I created, which is called 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. And I'll explain the instructions to the final game later in this episode. Another reoccurring segment is 2-minute rants. So before we get into the first game, I do want to make a quick PSA that technically is not pertaining to you. It's just to update people who are watching the Too Much to Handle podcast. Basically, on the last episode, I was talking about my favorite comedians, so we got to clarify some things. I listed out Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, and Bernie Mac, but I also need to mention and add Eddie Murphy, Chris Tucker, Mike Epps, and Monique to that list. You want to go ahead and name out some of your favorite comedians?
Is it a certain number?
It isn't.
Lately, I've been liking Adam Ray lately.
I don't know.
You probably never heard of him.
Yes.
He's hilarious. Adam Ray. I like Cam Patterson. You heard of Cam Patterson? He's like brand new.
I don't know none of these people.
Cam
No
Patterson.
offense, though. Y'all could be hilarious. I just haven't watched.
Yeah, Cam Patterson. You definitely gonna be hearing about him real soon. Of course, I'm a Chappelle fan.
Yes.
I'm a big Mike Epps fan.
Yes.
I like comedians that are just like naturally.
Yes, naturally funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many people that I like, but I mean,
me too.
Those are like the main people.
I know that's right. Okay, additionally, y'all, for this PSA, I gotta let y'all know, for my favorite musicals, yes, I stated Purple Rain, and this is coincidental that I'm wearing the shirt, and also Dreamgirls, but I must add Sparkle, both versions, and I must acknowledge the contributions of the original Dreamgirls Broadway cast. And then lastly, this PSA, I would like to state that I am neither a Democrat or Republican, because last episode we did kind of talk about politics. I am a community catalyst who believes in enacting the contributions of our ancestors, Black individuals specifically, which explicate the imperatives of utilizing the right to vote. And that's all I was saying last episode. And I said that was last, but this is the last. I couldn't think of the name of cornbread that I was talking about. I just said old-fashioned cornbread, but it's called hot water cornbread. It just slipped my mind. But Daria didn't know what that was. And I was like, it looked like a pancake, but that's what it's called, hot water cornbread. Now, off those subjects, let's get into the first game, which is This or That, a game about preferences. So we're going to have 3 rounds, and they're going to have 3 different topics. All right, round 1, music topics.
Okay.
First one, classical or jazz?
That's tricky. Cause I like both.
Me too.
For different reasons. But I would probably say I could probably listen to classical better than I could listen to jazz. Like you really gotta like.
I feel like I'm the opposite.
Yeah, like with jazz, like you really gotta like sit down and like, you know, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of like different like key changes and key signatures and stuff like that. But like there's a lot of like 3/4 and like 6/8 stuff like that. So you gotta like sit down and like listen to jazz. But it's certain classical songs. Hey, no cap though, it's some classical songs that's fire.
I only like Nina Simone made me appreciate classical music, particularly classical piano more. But I would say I would choose jazz if I have to choose for this game.
I'm gonna give you. Okay, see, when I think of like classical, I think of like the Beethoven, the Bach,
Yes.
the Mozart,
Of course.
stuff like that. It's a song you should go listen to when you get the chance.
Okay.
It's called the. Wait, I'm trying to figure out which one come first. Because Beyonce and Mos Def had made a movie about it.
Oh, Carmen.
Yeah, but that come from an opera play called Carmen, and it's a song called The Harbinger.
But that's opera.
That's classical, same thing.
I feel like that's a form of classic music. Anyways, your answer is classical, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right. And then next one is concerts or music festivals.
Definitely concerts.
Me too.
100%.
Concerts, because it's more intimate. I'm gonna be honest, music festivals, I done been to both. But music festivals feel like I'm on my feet for a long time trying to see every artist for real. And then the last one of this round one, is love songs or heartbreak songs. I'm gonna choose heartbreak songs simply because it technically has love. It's just wasted love. That is disgusting.
I would 100% pick love songs because there's so many different like subgenres to love songs.
Yes.
You got like actual like I love you type songs, like marriage type songs, or like let's get married,
or dear future husband.
You got stuff like that, but then you also got like real intimate type songs too. I would put that under love songs too.
Yeah, that is.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
You gonna choose the love song?
100%.
I think I'm looking at it as, the singer songwriter I am, because heartbreak songs. I'm be honest. I feel like it resonates with you deeply.
If I would say heartbreak songs, it would be like not like I'm heartbroken and crushed, but
Not
like,
Unbreak My Heart by Tony Braxton, but,
but that is a breakup
that's a great
song.
song though.
But I would think more of a song like Return of the Mac.
Okay, yeah, that's more player.
Yeah, it's the breakup song, but it's you feel what I'm saying? You ain't no victim though.
Right. I know that's right. I like that answer. Okay, round 2. We doing beverages / drinks.
All right.
But boom. Lemonade or fruit punch?
Lemonade all day. Not even a question.
Me too. I feel like certain fruit punches don't taste the same.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like lemonade is more consistent.
I'm not a fan of fruit punch at all.
Say at all, but I will say I'm only certain fruit punches. I just can't pick up any fruit punch out of the grocery store and be like, bet. Nah. Okay, brown liquor or white liquor?
Brown all day, no question.
I don't drink no more, y'all. Y'all know that. But back in the day, it was definitely brown liquor, just like me. And then last one for the round 2, coffee or tea? Tea. Okay.
I don't even drink coffee.
Let us find out. We was twins in that, in the drinking. But now this is the special round, the final round, round 3, which is random topics. And you can choose either or both. So here we go. Books or movies? Both for me.
I ain't read a book in a minute.
Uh-oh.
But I like movies though. I'm a movie person.
Yeah.
I like watching movies.
I do too. I like both because I love when books are also turned into movies. Shout out to the Hunger Games and Twilight. Y'all did that. Divergent. I didn't want to forget you. Early bird or night owl? Night owl. I already knew, but me too. I think this may not be the case, but a lot of creatives are night owls.
Yeah.
Because we don't have no certain schedule
sure.
to our lives. Okay. And then last, for this first game, this or that, beaches or mountains?
Have I ever been to a mountain?
I've passed one, but I'm going to choose beaches because I feel like it's well-rounded.
Yeah, beaches be hot. But
I like the hot though.
Beaches are cool. I mean, I'm not gonna say what my reason is for liking beaches.
Beaches more. So you would choose beaches over mountains though, for sure. Okay, y'all, that concludes the first game. So before I get into my 2-minute rant, I just want to know, what inspired you to, move, because you're from Mississippi, to Atlanta? Because we talk about Atlanta on my podcast a lot since that's where we are. Yeah. So let me know.
About like how I ended up moving to Atlanta?
Yes.
It's crazy, right? Because I was literally doing my best to avoid moving to Atlanta.
Uh-oh. Why is that?
Because coming from Mississippi, like everybody moves to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like
I actually know a lot of Mississippi people.
Yeah, like Mississippi is flooded out here. Like, and they ain't even just flooded out here, like they out here like doing a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay,
we can do whatever we want.
Can you smoke?
We can't smoke.
Okay.
Other than smoking. That's not on me, y'all. That's on the facility we're in.
No problem. But no, I was definitely trying to avoid coming to Atlanta because, like it was just so many people that I knew and so much like some people from Mississippi that was like out here. So what ended up happening was I had this studio back home in Mississippi, in Meridian, where I'm from. Meridian, you know what I'm saying?
Let them know.
Queen City, you feel me? So
wait, where is that near? Because of course, I don't technically know.
Boom, I can explain Meridian hella easy. So if you coming out of Alabama on I-20, heading 20 west,
yes.
As soon as you hit Mississippi, you in Meridian.
Okay, that's how close it is.
Like that's like my trip is literally just Alabama.
Okay,
that's my trip.
Okay,
but so I had this studio that I was renting back home in this basement. It had like a wall knocked out, and you know what I'm saying, it was like soundproofed and stuff or whatever. And I was doing my thing out there. And I just was like, I want to see if
what it's about.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even Atlanta specifically. It was just like I know what I've done so far, but I want to see like it's like hooping, right? It's like okay,
how far you can go.
Yeah, like okay, I dominated this park over here. I want to see what I can do with this gym over here with these type of players. You know what I'm saying? So I just like made a resume and just sent it out to like studios in whatever city I had family.
Yes.
You feel me? Like Dallas, LA, New York, Miami. I sent some out in Atlanta. I didn't want to go to Atlanta, but I sent some out in Atlanta because I got family out here.
Right.
So Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis. I'm trying not to move too much because this chair making noise.
No, I get it.
But yeah, so all right, so boom, the only 2 studios that hit me back was one in LA and 2 in Atlanta. And I was like, let me go see what the ones in the A talking about. I got fired from one of them on the first day.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
As an intern. Yeah, because I was a lot like.
You was late? Oh, I was hoping that wasn't the case.
No, the 2 studios wasn't even far from each other. It was Soul Asylum and Blue Room. Like
I know exactly what I said. I used to go to Soul Sound.
Yeah, off of Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
That's where I got my first like started.
So do you know Staffa? Ain't that his name? It's Staffa.
That sounds familiar.
Matthias is the real name.
That sounds familiar.
I don't know how long ago you worked at all. This could have been definitely updated by now.
This was 2017.
Okay, that was
I remember Nico, Doug,
Gifted Hands, Teddy.
Nico.
Okay, let's not get into the specifics.
Shout out to Flo.
The people I named out, y'all know who I'm talking about. Solar Sound, we kind of just gave y'all a little free marketing, but go ahead.
I think they moved, but shout out to Cap, you know what I'm saying? So boom, right? Soul Asylum and Blue Room, they not far from each other or them. And I was always a lot older than, not a lot, but I was always older than the other interns.
Yeah.
Other interns was like 18, 19, 20, 21. I came in the game maybe at like 25, 24, 25, something like that. And they weren't finna talk to me any kind of way. And like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I ain't finna be like, we ain't doing that. So got fired from Blue Room, but then first day. But then at Soul Asylum, that's where I really like, Yeah. That's where I turned up. I was like, I was finessing the game over there.
You was able to advance your craft.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as y'all know, or maybe you don't, if you're just watching, but to all the viewers, I'm from South Georgia. Yes, I'm a Georgia peach. I moved to Atlanta to attend college, and my alma mater is Georgia State University. Even though Atlanta has always been a second home, I came here basically every summer because my uncle has been here since I was born, which was 1999. So yeah, I just love seeing so many Black people, and that inspired me to come here to go to college. And I'm so thankful I did, because I'm able to meet great people like Pat right here for me. Now let's get into this 2-minute rant. Let me explain what my 2-minute rant is. It's basically self-explanatory that I am going to rant for 2 minutes about a particular topic, which I will explain momentarily. But after the 2-minute rant, because it's going to be timed, that's when you will be able to give your own perspective, how you feel. All right, let's pull out this phone. Let me back it up. Let me back this peach up real quick. All right, here we go, y'all. The timer is started. So basically, the topic is that there's no monopoly on Black culture within the Black community, but there are certain aspects of first contribute. Wait, I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't even get the word. Contributors. Is that right?
Contributors.
I can't even talk today. I'm trying to say contributions, but I meant contributors. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. Of course, like we know, Toni Morrison is the first Black American to receive a Nobel Prize in literature. That is an example of somebody who did do something first in certain aspects. But in Black culture right now, within the community, I think it's getting too critical of pettiness and like simplistic matters. Like people want to be like, I was the first one to wear a buckle belt across my hip. Girl, who cares? Like, I mean, respectfully, like I'm not saying you couldn't have been the first, but fashion and style, I think that's too like unimportant to like really be arguing or I guess you can even say going so hard trying to make it seem like you were the first person to do that. And one of my favorite quotes, let me pull out the author. Oh my goodness, my time is already running out, y'all. It always goes so quick. But one of my favorite quotes, which is by a Black man, is that God created Black people and Black people created style. And that was George C. Wolfe who said that. So when it comes to style and fashion, again, there's no monopoly on Black culture. But of course, only Black people can contribute to Black culture. So that's why I don't understand how y'all go so hard on Black people, but not other people who taking a part of our culture. Okay, time up. Y'all hear it. All right, Pat, though, what you think about what I was said, or what's your perspective on the saying? The statement, there's no monopoly on Black culture within the Black community, but there are certain aspects of first contributors.
It's an interesting question. I mean, I don't know. I kind of look at, I look at it from like a lot of different angles and perspectives, like even down to like, the Chinese restaurants in the hood, or like the Arab gas stations or whatever. Like, it's a lot of people that try to capitalize on, or they don't try. They capitalize on just Black culture as
okay, don't get it twisted. If you are a culture vulture, as they call it, I mean, that's disrespectful. But we talking about Black people only because we are Black. Like, I don't give a fuck what they doing, because simply that ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't shop from them then. Go to Black owned. I'm saying that, like, I use fashion and style as a main example because, like I said, I feel like that's where it goes so much that people want to prove that they're first. But I'm saying, unless it's something actually impactful, does it matter if it's first or not? Because it's a part of our culture. We always inventing and creating.
I see both sides though, because don't nobody really like to do something or invent something or help with something and not get that credit. You know what I'm saying?
But say for instance, I'm wearing these hoops. Mm-hmm. I don't know what first black woman did it, but I know a black woman did it because it is black culture. But that's what I'm saying. Somebody be like, I was the first one to wear hoops with spikes. Like, does it matter? You didn't even invent wearing hoops.
I get both sides. I get like, it's a part of the culture, so let's just enjoy it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I also understand somebody like, you know, as a producer and a songwriter, like you hate to see stuff that you created or
See, no, that makes sense. Like I said, not to keep cutting you off, but just to like reiterate, as I mentioned, there are certain aspects of first contributors. So contributors. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense, but only if it's something impactful or meaningful. Music is the most meaningful thing on this earth, in my opinion. So that makes sense. But like I said, maybe Pat has a point though, because maybe people feel the same about stuff that's not so meaningful.
It's meaningful to them.
All right though, y'all. That was a 2-minute rant, and you know the after talk. So now it's time to get into the interview questionnaire that I created for you. It's specifically regarding you being a music producer and songwriter. So basically I have different categories, and I'll mention those categories. The first category is the introduction, which is, first question, how did you get your start in the music industry, and what inspired you to pursue a career in music production and songwriting?
Hold on, wait. There was two. Wait.
It's two different. Well, it's like it's basically two questions combined. But how did you get your start in the music industry, and what inspired you to pursue a career in music production and songwriting?
All right. So it would probably make sense to answer the second question first.
Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, I know, but how I got into like producing is really strange.
It was spontaneous.
I wouldn't call it spontaneous. It's not really a nice story.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, it's really not. I turned it into something interesting.
Yes.
But how I got into it, I haven't like publicly said why I've got into it. I don't mind, but I haven't. You would be the first, like person that the first time I like said it publicly.
Okay, go ahead then. This is World Star or something I'm playing.
No, I'm trying to
Breaking news.
I'm trying to think of how I can like water it down some. So boom, I have a sibling.
Yes.
All right. My sibling, without going into detail, my sibling had like some like I don't want to say developmental issues, but there was like some outside circumstances that were like affecting their development.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Their personal development?
well, I mean, there was a child, like a toddler.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it was an outside circumstance that was affecting them negatively.
Okay.
All right. That was not their fault. All right. Me, when I became born, which is maybe 4 or 5 years later.
Yes. Wait. Are you a 90s baby or 80s baby?
I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 92.
92. Okay, same year. My
Scorpio,
older sister.
Scorpio.
Oh, we're going to get into that,
Know
the
what I'm
signs
saying?
later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this sibling, because that developmental situation they had, I had the exact opposite going on. You know what I'm saying? And they used to kind of take their frustrations and anger out on me because of that. Like
the sibling?
The sibling.
Yeah. Okay.
Like way past like regular sibling, like, little rivalries or whatever. No, yeah, they was trying to like take me out.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
The tables have turned.
Yeah, I told you it's not really like a glamorous story.
I'm sorry.
So, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but so boom. The sibling over the course of some years, they like 4 or 5 years older than me. They got a significant other
Okay.
who's like a year older than them. So if I'm 6, they should be about 10 or 11, and then this significant other should be about 12 or 13, somewhere in there.
Yes.
Okay, their significant other used to rap and make beats.
Okay.
So I just emulated everything that significant other did.
Understood.
Like just started dressing like them, talking like them, rapping, trying to make beats, whatever.
So was this sibling female or male, if you don't mind me clarifying?
Female.
Okay, I thought so because the significant other sounded like
A dude.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, and I was pretty much doing anything that person did so that the sibling would like stop doing what they was doing. And once I got into it and started kind of playing around with it, I may have been like 8 or 9, somewhere in there.
So it started really young.
6, 7, somewhere between like 6 and 8, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And but once I like picked it up, cause I was taking like piano lessons and stuff, and my mom was like a computer teacher.
Okay.
So after like I got into it, I just kind of started merging them two things.
Yes.
But that's what got me into it. Like I probably would have never gotten into it if it wasn't for
the direct like inspiration. or
yeah, for
influence.
sure.
Yeah.
But once I got into it, I got my first version of FL, probably like FL 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that, and just got cracking. I just kind of not even on purpose, but
Isn't
just,
that like Fruit Loop?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. You know,
but
some people aren't aware of the
I had
terminology.
started on some stuff before that though. I had started on like some hardware and stuff, like some tape recorders and some vinyl and stuff
Oh, you was back in the day.
like that. Yeah, I was doing that when I was like 6, 7, 8,
Yeah, no, that's an early start.
somewhere in there.
Yeah,
And then once I got bit by the bug, I just, just
kept pushing.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. So, like, what was your first, as I asked, I guess you could say, entrance into the music industry? Like, what was your first,
Probably Solar Sound.
Solar Sound? Okay.
Yeah, like I think
Were you working with celebrities at Solar Sound, or was that you still just...
Solar Sound was my first time starting to just like be in the studio and be in the same environment as like artists.
Other engineers and artists?
Other engineers, artists, like really seeing how the Atlanta studio scene kind of moves and operates. And I used to steal sessions too.
Cut the record. I'm just like,
like,
it's the truth though.
But not like, cause it's the thing, like, I don't know if this is really a thing these days. I don't know if people are still interning and stuff like that.
They are, but let's be honest, free internships should go to hell. Other than that,
I disagree.
no, pay. Why not pay and train them?
I mean, well, if you
first off, as somebody who only has had paid internships, that's what I'm saying. You can do it if everybody else can do it.
But see, this is the thing. The studio world is a completely different universe than like.
Yes, of course, the music industry, period. But that's just
not even just the industry. I mean, like the studio space specifically.
But I will say this, and this is the main reason don't get it twisted. Nothing should be free because we live in a capitalist economy where they already believe in nothing being free. But I'm saying that because I feel like it is more catered to the music industry where they pull that free internship bullshit. Not saying that's the only way. I mean, only ones, because Georgia Tech tried to pull it with me too. So, but I will say, even DJ Envy, who was on the Breakfast Club, said, yeah, that's where he started off, a free internship. But it's like, I know it's like, thankfully, you made it.
It ain't even that though.
And DJ Envy made it, but it's like, why can't y'all pay them and train them?
So this is the first thing, like about this, like the studio world as a whole. More and more and more and more and more and more.
Saturated.
I wouldn't say that. Actually, the opposite. More and more and more and more people are starting to record at their houses and record themselves. So the studio world ain't.
I thought you were saying more and more people was, like trying to break into the studio or something.
Not really, because most people are doing it at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Buying like a You know what I'm saying? $2,500, $3,000 setup. Like,
Yeah.
iMac, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I be seeing videos like
you
that.
know
They
what
be like,
I'm saying?
how to set a studio up at your home or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, already the studio world is already losing, you know what I'm saying? Losing capital revenue anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, it ain't really a lot of money, you know, in the studio space. That's why a lot of them are closing down. You know what I'm saying? People are going more private, stuff like that. But if you're able to get a paid internship as a engineer or, you know, studio intern or something like that, get it if you can.
Right.
But if you see if you see a free internship at a major studio, take it. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because like I said, I'm not necessarily advising this.
We gonna get your advice in a question or so though.
I'm talking about like free intern. So like I said, it's all the time. Like I used to steal sessions. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So one thing about it, even though I intern for free, I never intern for free.
Right.
I'm gonna always get my worth. Like I'm either gonna stay here, I'm gonna sleep here, I'm gonna something. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking sessions.
Something has to give.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you think you getting free labor.
In addition to experience.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really get the experience for real. Like,
Because you was already knowledgeable? Is that what you feel like?
Nah, well, I mean, in Solar Asylum, it was more so like, once the owner found out that, like, I kind of knew a little something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because at first, I was working 40 hours a week, you know what I'm saying? Night shift, you feel me? Like, working the phone, letting sessions in, watching over, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yes.
But for the most part, it wouldn't really be a lot of people at night, so I would go and, like, open up different, like, Young Thug sessions or go open up Moneybagg Yo sessions.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing their plaques and stuff in there.
You feel what I'm saying? I would go open up, like, SWV sessions, you know? Sorry, Flo. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I used to go and, you know, like, look at all of that stuff like that. So, I felt like I got my worth. You feel me?
Right.
I met a lot of people. I learned how to studio.
So you was networking for sure. You was networking.
Not really. I just learned. I just sat back and watched. I just sat back. Like, Solar Asylum wasn't really where I like.
So you was observing basically. For the main
I was
part.
just watching it at
Right.
Solar Asylum.
Okay.
I wasn't really like introducing myself, meeting people. That didn't happen till Tree Sound.
Okay. Okay. The next question is, how do you stay motivated and inspired, especially during times of creative blocks?
Well, like I told.
I think it's because I'm bigger than you though, so my ass can hold it down a little more. I'm just saying.
But like I told like I told a younger songwriter that I was working with a year or two ago. Sometimes it ain't no such thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it's just like, you know, being an athlete or, you know, something like that. It's like they be playing when they babies be being born. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is true.
So sometimes when you get to a certain level, it's like there's no such thing as a block. But that's why when you really in one of them zones, that's why you make as much as you possibly can.
Right.
So that way, like, you know, when you do have days where they ain't hitting you as quickly, you got like a vault or a hard drive of stuff that you can like pull from or tweak or, you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that keeps me motivated is like just life itself.
For sure.
You know, like I shout out to my homegirl Diamond Tyler out in Birmingham. She a radio personality in Birmingham. I just on my trip.
I'm sorry, what station or show?
Ooh, I don't want to say it wrong.
Okay.
I wanna
Just
say it
radio
wrong.
personality for right now.
Yeah,
then.
in Birmingham. But I don't want to say the wrong station. But I gotta look at it. But like I was in Birmingham about a month ago, and I wanted her to show me around to like some of the lounges, some of the hookah lounges, some of the bars, some of the clubs or whatever, some of the strip clubs. And she was like, "You be going out?" I'd be like, "Every weekend." And she was like, "Why you partying so much?"
Right.
And I'm like, I don't be partying. I be studying.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I be studying like what songs is popular in different cities. I be studying like how songs, like what popular songs are out and how they structured.
Yes.
How long the intros is, like what they about. I just like study how people interact with each other, what new terms is, like what new phrases and catchphrases, like mostly women are saying to each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What drinks are popular.
It's given. I'm just playing, but
exactly. And like I might be at a lounge somewhere in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Miami, Memphis, Nashville, whatever.
Yeah.
And if I've been to enough places and see this trend enough, okay, boom, this is like
this is what's popular.
This is what's popular right now. So let me incorporate that when I'm like writing songs and stuff.
I know that's right. Well, that was the introduction, but now we're going to move into the next section, which is the creative process, which we were kind of already discussing.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a 2-part question. How do you approach songwriting? Like, what's your process? And then do you have any specific routines?
That's a good question.
Yes.
As a
songwriter as well, I'm going to answer this question too. But
it's
go
a really
ahead.
good question because I didn't really think about it till just now. But I think like I find a hook. But when I say hook, I don't necessarily mean like the chorus.
Right.
When I say a hook, I mean like I find like one key component that really just is the song.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
I
You know
get
what
you.
I'm saying? That way, like, if I can remember it for like 2, 3, 4, 5 days or whatever, then
Right.
that means that like it's able to be stuck.
Right.
So it may be like a line. It may
give an example of what you're saying. Miss Jackson by Outkast. Everybody remember forever, forever.
Yeah.
That's not the hook or
Right.
whatever.
yeah. Or I think like in a case like that, like
Delivery plays a part too.
yes, but it's like okay, boom, that song is really about like you feel me, like
I mean, their situation.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of time the songs write themselves because, like I said, I might, when I go study, it ain't like, oh, I'm finna take that thing and put it in a song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just soak it in. I just like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But I've like kind of integrated into my like
Implement.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
no, I kind of like
Adopt and implement. That's how I feel like you said.
kind of, but it's like when I go see certain stuff, like I just kind of let it soak in, and then that way when I'm writing, it just flow. Like instead of me trying to recall that one thing for the song.
I get you.
If I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but yeah.
I get you. You want to like connect with the moment, and then boom, eventually write something. That's what you're saying.
I don't really know how to explain it because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, no, it's hard to put your finger on it exactly because I mean, music itself is like they say,
I will say this though, like
its own phenomenon.
Like 80% to 95% of anything that I write is something that I've either like personally experienced or I've been like front row seat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And watched.
Right.
And
Storytelling.
I wouldn't even call it storytelling. I give you.
It is because it's not your story. It's somebody else's.
It may not be a story though. It may just be everyday life. Like, I got so many examples. I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? But
well, for me, like you said, it's not one particular thing that can inspire my songwriting process. But as you also mentioned, a great majority is reflecting personal experiences. And also, since I am the conscious individual, I hope that everyone recognizes, of course, I want to make conscious music and music about empowerment. But overall, yeah, it is about personal experience, especially if you heard any heartbreak song. That was my way to vent. Going to get it out of there, period. Okay, next question, though, for you. How do you balance creativity with commercial appeal in your work?
it's a great question.
Yes.
Because once again, it's a thing that I've been doing for so long that it's just second nature. It's just like it's just like breathing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know how to just take a concept and no matter really what it's about, like make it be catchy. You know what I'm saying? And that's all commercial appeal is.
Yeah.
It's just it being catchy.
Marketable.
You know what I'm saying? Like as long as it's catchy, like as long as it's like, but then again, I come from DJing too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like DJing taught me a lot about like, you know, space, cadence, BPMs, pockets, you know what I'm saying? You know, what type of call and responses work, what type of chants work, you know.
Transitions,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like in songwriting, like, yeah, like songwriting isn't as hard as, or it shouldn't be.
right. But don't get it twisted. That's because we have the gift. Because I realized, because my cousin, she's a talented singer too. Erica, if you watch this, I just name dropped you. And she can't songwrite though. Like it's like it's not a given like nature for everybody. And some people think, oh, since you can sing, yeah, you can write a song. It's not like that for everybody. So I think like those who are talented, naturally talented, that's why we feel like it's not as hard as people make it seem, because it's like it comes to us naturally. Okay.
Ooh, hold on, I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
I gotta say this about the songwriting process.
Yes.
Because I think this needs to be said.
Okay.
When I be writing songs, because I can't recall a time that I've been like working where I actually like wrote down.
You type it on your phone like me?
I don't do that either.
Oh.
Like, nothing against it. Everybody do what works for them, but like, I don't. You know, the only time I ever write something down is if I've like made it and I'm giving it to somebody and they just need it. You know, what I'm saying?
the reference.
They need it wrote out. But like songwriting, the purpose or the goal or like how you really write a great song, I feel like is. Now I don't know if this your process. This is
Of course, you speaking for your personal experience. Go ahead.
This is Pat. This is my process for anybody who's ever seen me like in the moment. Like I explained this to them, but I really just let go of all control and really just be a vessel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Put yourself in the song.
Yeah, I just be a vessel. I just be like, you know, I just kind of like. Sometimes I have like these, I wouldn't call them like blackouts or like blanking out, but it's like kind of where I like close my eyes and just kind of just like.
Oh yeah, live in the moment in that sense. You know how like, I don't know if you ever watched, never mind. I ain't gonna show my childish eye. I was gonna say SpongeBob, but it's like they close their eyes and it's like you can just see anything that you
Not really. I would say
imagination.
I would say it's more of a position.
Okay.
Like so serious.
A possessive feeling.
Yeah, like I just give up control.
Yeah.
And I just let that energy or that spirit tell me what it want me to say.
I know that's right. The chakras align. That's how I feel like I have to be. But boom, when producing music, how do you decide on the overall sound and feel of a track?
Like how do I know when it's done?
Basically, because I mean, since you produce so much, you know, how do producers distinguish like this could go, you know, to this artist, or you know, this is something that I could potentially, you know, see
somebody on,
right, or just see productivity with, versus it's like this one ain't probably gonna go nowhere. I'm through working on that.
This the thing. Like if you've been doing this long enough, you know that you can't really predict it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been, bruh, on my soul. Like probably, I'm like out of all my placements, like I may have only had one or two that was like, you know, this was the goal.
Right.
It usually never goes how I plan.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
God's plan or whatever.
Yeah, like I might make this and don't really care that much about it. Don't think nobody really gonna like it. But I'm gonna finish it just in case, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really thinking about it. Like I consider it to be a throwaway or whatever. Like I ain't tripping about it. And somebody might hear it and be like, I need
right,
that.
right.
You know what I'm
I've been in that predicament.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I don't really. I mean, I look at it like dropping a song. You can't really tell the people what works.
Right.
You know, unless you got like a Future type run or something like that, where
Right.
you got a formula that's been working.
Metro Boomin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because he's locked in.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. So now we're getting into the closing questions before, of course, the final game. But real quickly, I wanted to say that I'm the type of artist, because earlier we were talking about studios in Atlanta. That's what I was saying is saturated. It's a lot of studios in Atlanta. And that don't mean all are going to be profitable or successful. But that's what I was saying is saturated. But I also wanted to say that I'm the type of person, I will always go to the studio because I'm just the singer-songwriter. I don't plan to produce or engineer unless it's like eventually down the line. I have too much. I'm also a graduate scholar, so I have too much on my plate. And I just love working with talented people because it's like, I feel like they can, like if you have a great engineer as yourself, it's like they can read your mind and it's a quicker process for me. That's how I feel. But teach his own if they do want to record themselves. I just see that as a eventual, not current for Terra Love. Now, closing questions, which are questions for both of us. Can you share any advice? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Can you share any advice for aspiring music producers and songwriters looking to break into the music industry?
I'm going to tell you like Troy Taylor told me. Uh-huh. When I met Troy Taylor at Tree Sound. Now, granted, I'm already like waist deep, neck deep in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying at this point. But when I meet Troy, I was like, what advice do you have for like, you know, a young person trying to break into the music industry? And he said, don't.
That's what he told you.
That's what he told me. And I ain't get it at the time. I ain't understand it at the time. He was like, but you keep going because, you know what I'm saying, you like, you know, you already making, you know, moves over them.
Okay.
But like, that would be my advice to anybody trying to break into the music industry. I would say don't. Like, if you have another option, like if you have like something else that you do, you know what I'm saying, or something like another hard skill or, you know, another source of income that like, you know, as long as you like doing it, you know, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
You feel me? Like my homeboys, little brothers and little cousins, they be like hitting me up trying to like get into it. Like, I don't be nice with them. Like, I be at all.
To your
like,
cousins? You're blunt is what you said.
Yeah, I shut down one of my cousins for sure. Like my little cousin, I love my little cousin, but like he say he wanted to produce, so I was listening to some of his beats. And I'm like, how long you say you been producing or whatever?
Yeah.
He was like 6 months. I'm like, this don't sound like no 6 months, shawty. This sound like about 10, 15 years. And I'm like, so how you, you know what I'm saying? How you do your thing? And he was like, you know, I get a loop pack and I just put the loops together in the loop pack. I'm like, boy, you gonna get sued out the ass, boy. This ain't for you, shawty.
Okay.
0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Basically, it's 2 categories. And I decided to do singers for both, but 2 distinctions. Scorpios, who are 80 babies, and then Aries, who are 90s babies. So basically, the purpose of the game is it's a rating game. So you either can hate them or love them, which 0 is hate, 10 is love. Let's start with Scorpio, since you're the guest. Sierra, 10 out of 10. I'm giving her 10 out of 10. And she still look good.
I can't choose a number in between.
No, that's the point. 0 or 10.
I have to go with 0.
Oh, damn.
She a Scorpio?
Yeah, she's a Scorpio.
She in November. She must gotta be a November Scorpio.
I think so.
Gotta be. I'm not her biggest fan.
Okay. Monica, who is also a Scorpio. 10 out of 10, please now. Don't do us Georgia Peach Lady. Okay. And then SZA is the last of this category. 10 out of 10 for Pat, 10 out of 10 for me. And shout out to SZA because she a great songwriter as well. But the gag is my birthday twin Babyface wrote Snooze. Give him his flowers. Now we gotta do Aries, like I said, specifically 90 baby. Terra Love.
0.
What? What? 10 out of 10.
10 ski.
Summer Walker.
Oh, yeah, 15, 20, 25, 30.
10 out of 10. I'm going to say 10 out of 10 for all these areas. I don't even know why I'm playing. Yes. Ari Lennox.
15. 50.
10 out of 10 too. We went 10 out of 10 straight for that one.
75.
Don't play the Aries lit. Hit ass. Okay. That's all y'all. I'm a 10 out of 10. Pat a 10 out of 10.
Well, I want to mention real quickly that I have a new song called New Lifetime in the works. So y'all expect that to be available soon on all platforms with a new music video following. And that song is produced by PatLacedThat himself. So thank y'all for watching the Too Much to Handle podcast. I'm Tara Love. Make sure to subscribe, comment, everything on this video. All right. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did have a great time.
Thank you for being my guest.
No problem.
Okay, great.
Ask me who I am, I'll say the baddest. I'm too much to handle, that's been established.